Shalom, WJC family. Well, the Passover holiday has passed over. We're back on our regular schedule. Pleasure to bring you a little Torah for this coming Shabbat when we will read the double portion of Tazria-Metzora. Tazria-Metzora speaking about a plague, a disease, a skin disorder known as tzaraat. And this skin disorder is associated with, as a spiritual, or is described as a spiritual disease rather than a physical disease the way we would think of it. And the disease is tied in the commentaries to Lashon Hara, towards evil speech. I wanted to speak a little bit about this, but at the same time, I wanted to speak a little bit about the Omer. You may notice that my beard is getting a little full. You might notice that on many observant Jewish men whose beards are growing out. This is the period known as Sfirat HaOmer, from Passover to Shavuot. And from Passover to Shavuot, from the Torah, due to the harvest calendar, we counted every day and every week. 49 days, 7 weeks until Shavuot, from the Exodus from Egypt to the revelation at Mount Sinai. However, we observe these days as days of mourning, as days when we observe different mourning rituals, like not shaving, like not going to hear live music, and various other mourning rituals. There's different explanations for why we do that, but the one I want to highlight today comes from the Talmud, from a story about Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva, when he was a teacher, the Talmud tells us in Yevamot, he had thousands of students. Some say 12,000, some say 24,000 students in the north who were learning with him. And a terrible plague broke out among them, and they were wiped out. He says, why were they wiped out? Mipnei shelo nahagu kavod zeh lezeh. Because they didn't practice respect for one another. And then Rabbi Akiva went south, and there he had 7 students, Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Eliezer ben Shmua. And these are the ones who were able to, all of Torah kind of move forward through them. My question is, why would it be that the students of this great Rabbi Akiva wouldn't treat each other with respect? Can we say possibly that Torah students, those who have dedicated their lives to learning and to pursuit of God through Torah and mitzvot, that they could be disrespectful to each other? The answer is yes, quite frankly. Good people can practice Lashon Hara, and usually do. And so the plague that broke out among Rabbi Akiva's students, which the Talmud tells us actually describes as not a skin disease like tzaraat, but an intestinal disorder that most people talk about, like diphtheria. But even so, this idea that Lashon Hara can cause this damage is present in the Torah portion and in this counting of the Omer. And the reason why we mourn in the counting of the Omer and don't shave our beards and or get haircuts is in memory of the plague that happened, the Talmud tells us, between Passover and Shavuot, during the period of the counting of the Omer. I cannot emphasize enough how important a lesson this is for today. A lot of good people in our society are practicing Lashon Hara. And that is not the reason why we're suffering a pandemic. God forbid you should think that I'm saying that the people are getting sick with COVID-19 that has something to do with how they spoke about people. That is not what I'm saying. Please, please, please do not pass along or walk away and say, the rabbi said. That is not what the rabbi says. But what the rabbi is saying, what I am saying, is that this disease was able to take hold more readily in our society, our national society, our local society, our world society, culture, because of the divisions that our speech has caused. Right? This disease came into a divided country, with people using their speech negatively, attacking all the time. All the time. And it has made us weaker, and our weakness has made us sicker. And the question I want to ask today is, what will we learn from it? Are we going to keep pointing fingers and saying, bad, it's this one, it's this one? Or are we going to stop using Lashon Hara and start using Lashon HaTov? Using our voices for praise, using our voices to teach, using our voices to do mitzvot and to help others do mitzvot. Those beautiful activities that God has given us to help call out the holiness in the world and to raise us all up. That is the message of this moment. I really think it is. If we want to learn something, there's a lot to learn about how we treat the world. I've heard people talking about and how we prepare and very many things. But I think we cannot understate the message that we need to learn about speech, about the importance of truth, about the importance of praise, about the importance of giving others the benefit of the doubt, the importance of using our speech to teach and to raise up and not to divide and cut down. And that, the rabbis tell us, is why the punishment for Lashon Hara was a plague, was disease. Because disease divides us up. It cuts us off from each other, just as this terrible disease has done. For fear of contagion, we're closed off in our homes, cut off from each other and the rest of society. Just the way that our speech created divisions and separated people and cut sometimes individuals and sometimes whole swaths of society into pieces. Let us take this moment to be better than that. Let us take this moment to recognize that even great Torah scholars like the students of Rabbi Akiva could fall into the trap, thinking they were doing the right thing, of not treating each other with respect, of not using our voices for respect. It's time to stop looking at how bad other people are and start looking in the mirror at ourselves. Are we doing the best with our speech that we can? Let's use our voices for praise. Let's use our voices for healing. Let's use our voices to create speech, to create shalom, to create peace. That is Lashon HaTov. And that is what is called for in this moment. Wish you all a Shabbat Shalom, a meaningful Sabbath, and look forward to hearing from you.